Okay, and first on the agenda is from Joseph.
Hi. Yeah, I just put
Go
this
ahead.
in there, because I noticed that we were discussing tentacle police and general blockers and whatnot, and noticed that there were these few open PRs that recently got merged or recently got opened that called out some bugs related to lifecycle processing / replication. So I wanted to again just open it up to see if any of the first few, which is replication lifecycle, and I think the last one is data loss from garbage collection or bypassing garbage collection. Just wanted to open it up to see if these should be blockers for the tentacle relays or what we want to do with them. And my personal opinion is things that impact data consistency and data related things should be blockers for releases, but that is just my personal opinion.
Yeah, so I think tentacle release has been delayed a lot already. So I would want to consider severity and whether things are regressions. If we don't block the tentacle release for these, then they would just follow the backport process and be in the first first point release, which is how they're going to end up on Squid as well.
So how do we make these? Like, is it just there any criteria that we decide on what should be and shouldn't be, or is it more of a gut call from the group here?
Generally, I think that's the call of the tech lead, and I'm happy to give my opinions on that, but I would like to leave the decision to Adam and Eric.
Yes, I see. I think Adam is on the call.
I am on the call. Like I said, I agree with Casey. I mean, also just the fact that we have delayed several times, and I think we're about to cut the final release kind of makes me want a little bit reticent to pull the emergency stop on the project or on the process, unless like it's a really, really severe regression that people are very, very likely to hit. Especially because it affects all the other subsystems if we do pull the emergency stop. So I feel like at this point the threshold would have to be fairly high.
It looks to me like all of these bugs are already affecting Squid users. They don't look like regressions that would be new in Tentacle.
That sounds reasonable then. Like I don't like releasing something with known bugs, but
would it make sense to at least put it as a note so that anyone upgrading to this version would be aware and they can make a decision on whether they should upgrade or they don't care about these bugs because it doesn't impact them, kind of thing, especially considering these are specific workflows that can impact.
If they're already in Squid, would it matter? Like if they're in Squid and they upgraded, they get the behavior. They'd already have the behavior, wouldn't they?
True, but I personally look at it as more for awareness purposes.
Oh, I mean, I'm perfectly fine noting it.
Yeah. Is that something we normally do for release notes, saying, "Hey, these are some of the known issues"? Is that I don't know on top of my head, so just a curiosity question.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have historically, but I don't object to it.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you.
Sure.
So I'm not sure if there's a release notes PR up yet, but I would keep an eye on the Ceph upstream releases thread, and we can add a comment when that shows up.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So, I mean, out of these PRs, I think the data loss from bucket RM1 is quite severe, even though it's been broken for a long time. But I've had trouble getting builds and QA runs for stuff, so I don't know how long it's going to take to merge to main. While we're on this topic, does anybody know of any other important bugs that could potentially or should potentially block the tentacle release? Okay, how about other topics for the agenda?
Well, when I was doing an unrelated bisect, I noticed that the uninit condition thing shows up in even previous like old versions of main from before we from before it started showing up, which has me thinking it's environmental, although I'm not entirely sure what environmental cause it could be. It's on both Fedora and Ubuntu. It seems most pronounced in the notification thread. So I've been trying to figure out if there might be some kind of library dependency that's causing it, but I don't know what. But that it has been showing up in old. But that it shows up when I run tests on old versions does make me strongly suspect it's either environmental or either that, or we just upgrade it. Either that, or maybe or we might be running a new version of Valgrind or something. I should check that too when I'm at it.
Yeah. Do you know if we've ever seen those on the tentacle branch?
I don't think we have. I haven't noticed them. I've also looked through other subsystems test runs to see if I could find anything like it there. And I didn't notice anything, so I don't think it's in the messenger, which I had thought it might be at one point.
But did you check other test runs that are running that are setting up a realm and Valgrind? Because this is the combination that generates those issues. You don't need to run anything that has to do with notifications whatsoever to get those errors.
I mean, I haven't been able to. When I tried setting up a realm and running it locally, I couldn't even get the start tick errors.
I get that reproduced every time. It's very simple to reproduce this.
I tried it on my machine. I tried it on one of the Folio machines. I couldn't get it to show up. That's why I started doing the remote bisect, because I figured I should have an easier time getting it to show up there.
I mean, I can show you exactly what I do and how I reproduce it.
Oh, I followed your procedure in the bug. I just don't know. I don't know if my environment is different. Like what version? So what? Actually, that would be a useful thing. Can you tell me exactly what version of Fedora or Ubuntu you were running when you reproduced it? Because I can set up that version and try it.
I'm running that on Folio 7. I think it is running CentOS 9 or something. I'll let you know 1 second.
I'll give it a try on Folio 7 and see if it happens, and see if I can get it to happen. Like it should happen. If it doesn't happen, I'll point you at the build and you can tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
But this isn't for the start tick. This is for uninit condition. This is for something else. This is for something that's just been showing up. That like it's weird. It just showed up out of nowhere one week, and it shows up. And it shows up even on old versions of main. Like it is like that's what has me thinking it's environment, that the uninit condition thing is environmental, that it shows up on versions of main from back in April.
I also see a lot of them in the RGW verify suite, which is not using a realm like the notification suite is.
I mean, if it were showing up in other subsystems, it would certainly make things easier for me. There's a pinned thread in the RGW QA runs Slack channel where I commented on what I've found out so far. There's also the infamous start tick bug, which I'm currently trying to remote bisect, although I'll, like I said, give that another try on Folio 7 and see what I can do.
Maybe it's worth trying to get builds of main with TC Malloc disabled in the hopes that Valgrind output would be, I mean, we would at least factor TC Malloc stuff.
That's a good idea. I did try a branch with O0 enabled, I think. I need to double check that it actually did build that way. I did try a branch that changes the debug build flag from OG to O0. Although if we're doing row with Dubbin with debug info, that might not have had an effect. Either way, that's a good idea. I will hack at CMake and see if I can make that happen.
Okay. Yeah, I know we have a lot of weird Valgrind suppressions specific to the TC Malloc stuff, and if any of the symbols changed like slightly, then we wouldn't be suppressing them anymore. But the uninit condition reports are very strange and don't really have like full stacks. On an unrelated note, just following up on Bodo 2 discussions from the last couple of weeks, I did go ahead and merge the S3 test PR that removed all of that. That's cherry-picked to Ceph Master, Tentacle, and Squid as well.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I think that's resolved now.
Excellent.
Adam, I know you have a PR that's moving S3 tests into the Ceph repo.
Yes. It works if I hard code the branch, but I'm still having trouble figuring out how to get the actual supplied suite and whatnot into the backend. I don't know if it's not being passed or what. I was going to add a bunch of debug prints and see if I could figure out what was going on, and I forgot to do that. I I got distracted by the uninit condition thing and need to get back to that.
No problem. Let me know if I can help.
All right, thank you.
Once we do have the S3 test task doing the right thing, then we'll want to find a way to pull in the latest S3 tests changes into your PR.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Also, anybody with outstanding pull requests to S3 tests will need to reopen them against the Ceph repo.
All right,
So there will be a switchover that might be a little painful.
right. Okay.
Okay. Any other topics for today?
Sorry, maybe one small comment regarding this transition, which is, I think it's great. So we're gonna do for past releases, we're gonna, take the branches, the matching branches from an S3 test into kind of a matching branch in Ceph, like tentacle to tentacle, squid to squid.
Yeah, good point. I guess so we definitely want to backport the Atoms PR, but yeah, the backports will need the won't just backport everything from main. The tests will have to come from the related branches. Anything else? All right. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.